All right, so last thing we have to go over here for 7-2 is simplifying square roots when you're multiplying them out. So if you notice that you have perfect squares right away, just take the square roots. Like square root of 16 is just 4, square root of 25 is just 5. You have 4 times 5 is 20. You're done. That's it. Don't do anything else. But something like this, like 3 and 15, those are not perfect squares. So multiply them together. Square root of 3 times the square root of 15 is now the square root of 45. 45 we can break up into the square root of 9, the square root of 5. Square root of 9 is 3, so I got 3 root 5. Okay, moving on then. When you have variables, you want to add those variables first. It just makes life a whole lot easier. So 6 times 8 is 48. X to the third and x to the fifth, 3 and 5 is 8. Alright, so now we're just going to simplify this, like kind of what we were doing yesterday. So the square root of 48, we can break that into the square root of 16 and the square root of 3. And that's going to be x to the 8th divided by 2. So final answer then, square root of 16 is 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And we're left with a square root of 3 on the end. And that's your final answer for 3. Okay, so next up then, 5 times 20 is 100. X times x is x squared. Y times y is y squared. Sorry, I forgot that. So this one works out nice. Square root of 100 is 10. Square root of x squared is just x. Square root of y squared is just y. So 10xy is your final answer then. Alright, last up at the square roots here. You have 12 times 10 is 120. X to the 4th and x to the 6th is going to be x to the 10th. Y is 5 and 3 is 8. Alright, so we got to start to simplify this. I'm going to work down here. So square root of 120, you have 4 and 30. 30, you don't have any perfect squares that go into 30, so that's it then. So you gotta go square root of 4, square root of 30. And then x, you're going to have x to the 10 divided by 2. Y, you're going to have 8 divided by 2. So square root of 4 is 2. You'll have x to the 5th, y to the 4th, and then that square root of 30 on the end there. Again, square root of 30. I know you probably think, like, oh, is there anything else? You got 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. There's nothing else we can do there. Okay? Moving on then. I just got some cube roots for us. So we have the cube root of 4xy times the cube root of 2x squared y to the 5th. So multiply it all together. 4 times 2 is 8. X times x squared is x to the 3rd. Y, as you have y times y to the 5th, is going to be y to the 6th. Cube root of 8 is 2. You're going to have 3 divided by 3 is x to the 1st. Y is you're going to have 6 divided by 3 is 2. And that's it. Alright, next up then, 12 times 2 is 24. So we're going to have the cube root of 24. X to the 5th. 3 and 5 is 8. Okay, so in this one then, well, the cube root 24, we're going to break it into 8 and 3, because 8's a perfect cube. X is you'll have 5 divided by 3. Y, you'll have 8 divided by 3. So for our final answer here, the cube root of 8 is 2. 3 goes into 5 one whole time. 3 goes into 8 two whole times. What's left in the radical then will be the 3. We have a remainder of 2 there. And we have a remainder of 2 as well with the y's. So that would be your final answer then. Okay, so then next up, we have 5 times 25 is 125. X's, you have 4 and 2 is 6. Y's, you have 6 and 6 is 12. So this one's going to work out pretty nice for us. Cube root of 125 is 5. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And there's your final answer. All right. So I think I have 5 practice problems for you today. Yeah, I got 5 practice problems. Do those and send to me. All right. Have a good day. Bye.